Hey everyone. Welcome back to my channel. I'm so happy to see you here again. If you're new, hi, and this channel is all about helping you speak English confidently and naturally, just like a native speaker. Today's topic is one of the most practical and exciting lessons we've ever done. We're going to learn how to describe anything in English. Yes, anything. Whether it's a person, a place, an object, or even a feeling, after today's lesson, you'll be able to describe it clearly, beautifully, and at any level, from beginner to advanced. So, why is this important? Well, think about it. In real life, we describe things all the time. When you meet someone new, you describe yourself. When you travel, you describe the place. When you buy something, you describe what you want. Even when you tell stories, you use descriptions to make people imagine what you're talking about. So learning to describe things well isn't just about vocabulary, it's about communication, storytelling, and connection. Now, before we dive in, I want you to imagine this. You're in an English conversation. Someone asks, "What's your hometown like?" Or, "What kind of food do you like?" You want to answer, but your mind goes blank. You say something like, "It's good," or, "I like it." That's okay for beginners, but you probably want to sound more interesting, right? You want to make your English more expressive, more colorful, and more engaging. That's exactly what we're going to practice today. Let's start with a simple example. Imagine you want to describe a person, maybe your best friend. A beginner might say, "She's nice and beautiful." That's correct, but it's not very descriptive. It doesn't help the listener imagine what your friend really looks like. To make your description stronger, you can add details and specific words. For example, you could say, "She has long, wavy brown hair and big green eyes. She's always smiling, and she has a warm, friendly voice that makes people feel relaxed." See how much better that sounds? You can actually picture the person in your mind. That's the power of a good description. It paints a picture with words. Now, don't worry if that sounds difficult right now. You don't need to memorize long sentences. The secret is to build your description step by step. You can use a simple formula. 1. Start with a general idea. Example: "She's a beautiful person." 2. Add one or two physical details. Example: "She has curly black hair and bright brown eyes." 3. Add a personality trait or emotion. Example: "She's very kind and always helps others." 4. Add something unique. Example: "She has the most contagious laugh. When she laughs, everyone laughs too." By using this simple pattern, you can describe anyone, even as a beginner. And as you learn more vocabulary, you can make your sentences longer and more natural. The same idea works when you describe places. Beginners often say things like, "My city is beautiful," or, "The park is nice." Again, that's not wrong, but it doesn't create a picture. If you add a few descriptive words, suddenly it becomes alive. For example, "My city is beautiful. It's full of tall buildings and colorful lights at night. The streets are always busy, and you can smell delicious street food everywhere." Now, you're not just saying your city is beautiful, you're showing why it's beautiful. The listener can imagine being there with you. The key to improving your descriptions is to use your 5 senses: sight, sound, smell, taste, and touch. Ask yourself, what does it look like? What does it sound like? How does it feel? How does it smell or taste? When you include sensory details, your English becomes more expressive and more advanced. Here's a quick exercise for you. Right now, look around you. Pick one thing, maybe your phone, your cup of coffee, or even your room, and try to describe it in English. Start simple, then add more details. For example, this is my coffee. It's hot and smells sweet. The taste is rich and strong, and it makes me feel awake. Then try to make it a little more advanced. This cup of coffee has a deep, rich aroma that fills the whole room. It tastes slightly bitter but smooth, and it gives me energy every morning. See the difference? The more you describe, the more natural you sound. So, in today's lesson, we'll explore how to describe people, places, objects, and experiences, step by step, from beginner to advanced. By the end, you'll have the tools to describe anything in English with confidence. Alright, that's the introduction. Now let's jump into the fun part. How to describe people, places, and things like a native speaker.